Hi, I'm Amy from Amy's Gluten-Free Pantry, and when my friends ask me about my favorite dinner, it's my Sunday night dinner, and it's a roasted chicken. You can go to the market and get a ready-made roasted bird from the rotisserie, and that's fine because we have busy lives. But if you want to make it yourself, you can go and grab, my choice is an organic, about a 4-pound fryer, and do it yourself. Your kitchen will smell amazing. And don't just do one at a time, do two. And you'll have dinner for the evening and leftovers that you can use in a variety of recipes throughout the week. Now this is about a 4.5 pound young fryer. And I'm going to take you through all the steps and you'll see how easy it is. So we're going to get this out of the plastic. And because it's organic, you have a little present inside, which is the neck. Usually they're wrapped. This one isn't wrapped. It's really gooey. Ooh, okay, heart. Kidneys, liver. You can keep these for a gravy, but we're going to put them aside for now. So let's pull the bird out. And it's very important to rinse the cavities inside and out. It's been sitting in its own juices, and it'll taste so much fresher if you give it a good rinse. And when you're touching chicken that's raw, don't touch anything else. Use your elbow. Use your kids. Okay, you want to dry this off completely. We're going to put it into a preheated 425 oven, and if it's waterlogged, you won't get that like that sizzle. Okay, make sure it's really, really dry. Drain the rest of the water out of the cavity. Very good. We're going to put this on the cutting board. Now, I'm going to season the inside with a bunch of salt and some quartered lemons. This just gives it a really wonderful fresh flavor. You can put whatever herbs you have. You can put in fresh rosemary, parsley, thyme, even sage leaves, half a head of garlic, whatever you like. But for now, we need a half a teaspoon of salt right into the cavity. I like kosher salt. And then, piece by piece, just stuff these lemon wedges straight into the cavity and it'll fit great. There you go. Now, the next thing we do is truss, which is a fancy word for tying the legs together. And you want to use kitchen twine, not yarn, kitchen twine. You can get it at a hardware store. Tie it together with a knot. And then we're going to put this right on our roasting pan. These are the dark meat, and they cook a little bit longer, so we're going to tuck right under the bird. So the bird is completely trussed, and there's only one thing we have to do. Well, two things. We have to wash our hands. So we're going to put a lot more salt on it, more than you think you probably should, but it creates a really nice texture for the bird. So we're just going to salt it, make sure you get absolutely every part of it, just like that. And that's it. I think that was like a 2-minute prep time. And this goes straight in the oven, 425, for an hour and 15 minutes. So the bird is out of the oven and it's cooled considerably, enough for me to handle it. Now it's gonna stick a little bit. I could have used a rack, but I didn't, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Actually, you can see why. You can see all the brown bits that get stuck on the bottom. That is the most intense flavor. And we're gonna make very good use of that. So we're going to cut the string, free these little legs, and we're going to carve the bird. Now, sharp knife, and the first thing you carve are the legs. Now, see how they move very easily back and forth? That's one of the ways you know that it's actually done. Another way is to pierce it right here in the thickest part of the thigh, and if the juices run clear, you're home free. But for a 4.5 pound fryer, an hour and 15 is perfect. Now, you can see right here, you've got the joint. You want to cut straight down, and look at that. It just comes off perfectly. Same thing here. Right in front of the joint and onto your platter. Now, you can stick this on the middle of your table and just go at it, but it's so nice to present it well because you really taste first with your eyes. So make it pretty. And now we've got these little wings. And these came off, this is a really good bird, these came off with the little drumettes, that's no problem, we'll stick them right there. And it's so tender, it just really pulls away. This one, I'm gonna cut at the joint. Now, this is the breast. You can feel with your finger, the breast, it's like a ligament right in the middle. And you wanna cut on either side, straight down. So when Thanksgiving rolls around, remember how to do this. It's exactly how you carve a turkey. And then down the other side with the tip of a very sharp knife. And then what you'll find is that that breast just peels away perfectly, perfectly. And then flip it around and feel for that ligament and then carve straight down and around the side. And if it gives you any trouble at all, you can kind of just work at it with your fingers and it just gives you this perfect breast. Now I like to cut this into thirds because it is a lot of meat. And then if you like a little bit of dark, you can have that too. And this goes right on the platter. Not everybody likes skin, but if you do, everyone can have its own little piece straight on. Now, we got to flip it over. You can see these little tiny drumettes. These come off next. And you want to carve right to where the joint is, where the meat is. This gets a little messy, but don't worry about it. It tastes wonderful. And same for this side. Straight down, right where the joint is. There you go. This one's little. Most of it came off with the wing. Now the thighs. You can feel right here and just break it open. Some people don't like handling meat, but you get used to it. I like to take the skin off because it's not really, really crispy because it was the underside of the bird. So just peel away and stick it right on the platter. Same thing. Just peel it right away with your hands. And here's another gorgeous thigh. And now you've got all these roasted lemon slices, and I like to put those right on, just haphazardly, just so that it's pretty. And then you've got Sunday night dinner. And the reason I like to roast my own bird is because of this. I know it looks disgusting, but it makes the most amazing chicken stock. So remember those brown bits I told you about earlier? This is the most intense flavor of the entire bird. And I just literally drizzle them over. My kids actually fight over this, if you can believe that. And I don't want so much of the fat as I do the fond. And that's what this stuff is called. Right over. It's just an intense, intense flavor. I'm going to put a little bit of the juice straight over. Not too much, because this is already a pretty healthy bird. And there you have an amazing dinner.